Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Elden Ring, I thought I would lay out the rules for my no pickups challenge run, and I just beat Morgott, so I think my account is in a good place. We can talk about like why I'm doing this, the rules, what is challenging, what I can and I can't use, like notable examples of those. But first of all, why? I looked at Elden Ring and how much build variety there was, and I knew immediately that I wanted to limit my options in some ways. In previous Souls games, I would just kind of go in there blind and then just pick up and use like what I liked, and that worked. But in going into Elden Ring, I wanted to set bounds from the very beginning, and then my first two kind of full playthroughs were cosplay builds. They were based on characters from another game. And that's kind of a challenge run in and of itself. But then after that, I played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and I remember that I did an enemy drop only challenge run. And then that kind of inspired me to do this challenge, which will be sort of the inverse of that. But I'm attempting a no pickup run. What that means is I can't pick up anything, not from off the ground, not from off corpses, not from treasure chests, no crafting materials out in the wild. And so what does that include? No treasure chests means no mimic tier, and about half the death root's gone, and most of the memory stones gone. No Dectus medallions, and then nothing off the ground, so no starlight shards, meaning no puppets. No wet blades, so infusions are limited by the Ashes of War. No smithing stones from the wild, and no wart glove at all. So that really limits my weapon upgrades and my summon upgrades. But part of the reason why I want to do the video now is because I'm about to go to the Mountaintop of the Giants and the Consecrated Snowfield, where I will get kind of better upgrade stuff. So we can look at like what I've run into, what I've accomplished with kind of the limited upgraded stuff. And then like no scrolls or spell books, which will limit my magic. And then I'm missing some important buffs like Flame Grant Me Strength or Golden Vow. And very consequentially, maybe most, is no golden seeds or chalices to upgrade my healing flasks. And I'm also missing about maybe half of the tiers for the psychic flask. Alright, but here we can look at my inventory. I can show you what I'm using. I have this black knife. This is very nice. It has kind of a ranged Ash of War to do the set damage. I have Rogier's Rapier. He just gives that to me, goes straight into my inventory, so I'm allowing myself to use it, but I haven't used it yet. And then there's the Godskin Stitcher, this great thrusting sword. I haven't used it yet, but this should be pretty good. I have the Bloodhound Fang. This is one of the few weapons that I have that will take the Somber Smithing Stones, but I haven't really used this either. Oh, and then I think I want to go for Dexterity Faith with this build. Since the healing flasks are not going to be very useful, then I'm going to want to rely on incantations for healing, and so I want to raise my faith, and then Dexterity will also speed up my casting time. So yeah, that's why that. Okay, next we have the Nagakiba from Advancing Yura's Quest. I've been using this a little bit. Got long range, we can put whatever Ash of War on it. Here is the Serpent Bone Blade for beating some hunts from the Volcano Manor. Haven't used this yet. And then the Godskin Peeler, very, very strong. I've been using this to beat some bosses with the Ash of War, the Spiraling Black Flame. And then I just picked this up, the Gargoyle Black Twin Blade. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. But it does scale off of a Dexterity and Faith, so maybe. And then I started the game, this run, with this Battle Axe. Haven't used it in a while. And then here's the Great Knife that you pick up from Anastasia, I think. This also scales with Dexterity, so this is pretty good. And then here are the Great Stars. This is excellent. I've been using Wild Strikes on it, so I can get the bleed in on guys pretty easily. This is the only reason why I have my strength at 22. And then I just picked up this from Patches. He gave me this for doing his hunt for him. This is a whip. I've never used a whip in a Dark Souls game. And then this scales on Dexterity and Faith, so that might be useful. And then I have this short bow, which has the Barrage weapon art, which is good for hunting eagles. which maybe sounds against my rules, but I'll explain that in a second. And then kind of the only seal that I can use is the finger seal, because all of the other ones you pick up off the ground or from treasure chests, so yeah, I'm stuck with this. It's not terrible, but yeah. And then this torch, the beast torch, I bought this off a shopkeeper. Same for this shield. And then the briar shield, I got this for beating Elimer, along with his sword, I think. I don't know if I'm going to use a sword. I think it takes a lot of arcane, which I don't want to level with this account. Then here is the stone fingerprint shield. This one I picked up off the ground, but I'm not going to allow myself to use it. So actually, let's put it into the bottomless box. But there are a number of things that I am picking up and not using. Just so that maybe in a future playthrough, maybe New Game Plus or something, I'd want to get rid of the restrictions. I can go back and I can use that stuff that's maybe difficult to get or is endgame stuff. Alright, let's continue going through the inventory. Armors. I'm pretty low on armors. I haven't bought a lot of the starting class armors, but like this one, the eccentric set, if I kill Jaren after advancing Selen's quest to the end, then I can get this. Or like here, if I beat a boss, I can buy it from Enya, the shopkeeper. Same with this hat. This is nice to raise the intelligence. But yeah, low number of armors. I guess I could go around and I could purchase all of the starting class armors, but haven't gotten around to that. And then talismans. This is a big kind of weak point of my account, but this is it. This single page. But like these ones that raise your stats, this is the only one that I can get and use. The damage, elemental damage mitigation, these are the only ones that I can get and use so far. And then Carrion, bought that from a shop. This is from a Everjail. These are from Catacombs, I think. These are real nice. Raise the damage if there's rot or poison or blood. And then this one I get for beating a boss, very important for raising levels. And then this one, this will muffle the sound of your footsteps. I got this from a hunt from the Volcano Manor. This is actually perfect for this account because since I'm not going to be picking up anything, I don't have to fight most of the enemies, so I can run straight to the boss or like mini bosses that drop stuff, so yeah. But yeah, pretty limited on the talismans. This hurts. And as I said before, I'm relying on incantation healing, so I don't even have any of the red flasks equipped. It's all put into blue, and that's what we're dealing with there. The psychic flask, I broke my rule, and I picked this up off the ground. But apparently, if you beat a couple of the demigods, this will appear in a shop, so I'll allow myself to use this. Okay, so that's that. I'm a level 120 now, but I think I want to raise my levels even higher. Get dexterity, faith, and HP up to 50, and then maybe look at, I don't know, something else. Alright, and then let's look at my inventory. I'll talk about anything that's maybe interesting in here. Style art shards, not allowed to use these. I did pick some up, because I was thinking maybe I could advance Selvius's quest, but it got hung up somewhere, so it failed, so I just have these Starlight Shards. I won't use them this playthrough. These gold foulfoots, I'm allowing myself to craft these. I can buy the cookbook from Patches, but to pick up the materials to craft, then I have to actually hunt. I have to hunt the birds, or I have to pick up berries from the field, or I have to pick up the gold glow bugs. I'm breaking my rule to do that because it doesn't affect any of like the boss battles or the gameplay. It just speeds up the leveling, so I'm thinking that's okay. And that's it for there. Summons. I'm pretty low on summons because a lot of them are in treasure chests or out in the wild. But all of these we can get for or by beating bosses or buying them from the shop, or they're given to us by NPCs. But yeah, since I don't have the particular bell bearings, I can't pick up any of the glovewort from the ground. I have to rely on bell bearings. The highest my regular summons can get is +3, while the highest that my elite summons can get is +6. So I've been almost exclusively using the elite summons. Of these, maybe Lutel and Latina I'm using the most. They're pretty good. Okay, yeah, all of these upgrade materials are bought from shops, pretty much, so I'm low. Yeah, as we can see, I don't have any Somber above 4, really. Don't have any of the regulars above 5, yeah. And then Golden Seeds, I can get these by beating bosses or completing quests, so still very low on that. Key items... I cannot, what do you call it? Get the Great Runes of any of them, because I'd have to pick them up, so... That's not going to be a big deal, because they're not super useful anyway, but yeah, I thought that was funny. And then all of the tiers, the Sacred Tiers I think they are, I can only use the ones that I get from boss drops. I can't use the ones that are, like, lying out with the dishes out in the open. Pots, I can use what I buy. Memory stones, I can use what I buy or what I get from boss drops or boss gets. The talisman pouches, no problem here because they just go straight into my inventory. Yeah, these are the runes that I can't kind of restore because I can't pick up the one from the top of the tower. Stone sword keys are kind of rare because I can't pick them up off the ground. Oh, but these keys, I will allow myself to pick stuff up if it's a matter of, like, gaining access to an area. I'll allow myself to do that. So yeah, the other half of the Haligtree Medallion, when I go through Castle Sol, I'll allow myself to pick up the other one so I can go to the Haligtree. Alright, then we have various key items. I broke my rule to pick up this curse so I could advance Dung Eater's storyline. I picked up the mini Ronnie doll to pick up, or to advance her storyline, stuff like that. And cookbooks, yeah. Oh, and no wet blades besides the one to put the Ashes of War. I thought that would be a little bit too challenging to not use Ashes of War at all, or change them. So I allowed myself to pick up this one. But all of the other ones, like the fire or the magic, didn't pick those up. And then maps. I'll allow myself to pick up maps. I don't know the overworld map well enough to really navigate without it. Okay, here are my spells. Also kind of limited on these, but some of these are bought from the shop. Some of these are gotten by beating bosses, stuff like that. I've been using this one a ton. This is the only frenzy spell that I can get without picking anything up, but yeah, super long range. It helps because I need a lot of space between me and the boss in order to do healing, just because incantations take so long time-wise compared to the drinking the flasks. So being able to damage guys from far away, very helpful. This is great to put on the Great Stars. Otherwise, I've been using this one, basically, Great Heal. Alright, here are some Ashes of War. I like this one, the Holy One that shoots the wave. I like Wild Strikes, of course, wherever that is. That's actually kind of all I've been using. Alright, the weapons that I just showed you. Shields, armor, talismans, and random stuff. Okay, finally, I'll show you my box. All the stuff that I'm not using. So... Oh, here, for example, I picked up this glovewort by... Not by accident, but I picked up the key item for Ronnie's quest in order to advance that. This was along with it, so I'm not allowing myself to use it. Magic, I'm not really working on intelligence with this build. Let's see. This I got from Gallery, but I'm not allowing myself to use it because I picked up the Valkyrie prosthesis for Millicent just to advance her storyline. I want to get the Millicent's prosthesis and this spell just to have them, you know, maybe use them in New Game Plus, but not allowing myself to use them this run. Okay, here are all the weapons that I've picked up. Not allowing myself to use. But yeah, a lot of these are just to have for later. And Clawmark Talisman. I was using it earlier because I was a strength build in the beginning, but I changed it to dexterity, so we'll go back to the finger seal. Arrows, shields, armor. These are armors that I picked up by accident because I had a brain fart or some other reason. But yeah, there's that. And talismans, I just put this in here because it's not as good as the other one. And that's it. So yeah, from now, I'm going to be going into Mountaintops of the Giants, Consecrated Snowfield. I've been waiting to do Rykard to defeat him because I want to complete this hunt first, and then I'll go back to Rykard and then beat him. But I've beaten all of the other Remembrance bosses, I believe. I beat Astel, so I have access to up here. I need to beat the, what do you call it, Tish? The Black Knife. Haven't gotten around to that yet. Let's see. Oh, I haven't been down here yet. But I don't really need to go there. What else? But yeah, up here, there's going to be a lot more bell bearings so that I can buy the upgrade materials, both for my weapons and my summons, so I'll get a lot stronger from that, I think. But yeah, that's a big exception that I'm making for my account, is bell bearings. I'm going to have to pick them up from like treasure chests or whatever. I'll allow myself to do that since I'm not allowing myself to pick up the smithing stones from the ground, so yeah. Okay, I think that will do it for explaining my run. I'll get back to live streams of playing through. Next is going to be like Mountaintop of the Giants and Fire Giant and all of that. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.